find out what your favorite song is, and then surprise you and embarrass you by pulling it on the piano. All right, let's take out our Bibles, our King James Bibles. And there's reasons for that, aren't there? Very important, because all the other ones are wrong. That's one good reason. We'll start this evening again with Proverbs chapter 4, verse 18. That's the main verse and the first verse I used this morning too. Let's just start with that, and I'll kind of review real quickly what the points I covered this morning. And by the way, the outline is in the bulletin, so make sure you have one of the bulletins. If you haven't one, you can get one back there on the back table quick, or just sit there and listen to me and look at me, which is a blessing. All right, Proverbs chapter number 4, verse number 18. We'll start this evening. 4, verse 18. Yeah. Talk a quick review. More in 2004. Different traits that we need to have. Like I said this morning too, there's different kind of messages that I preach with a different aim or different goal with different kinds of messages. One is salvation, talking about salvation, making salvation clear, and contrasting it with false professions, false salvations. That's one type of message. A second one is what one pastor called a get 'em lost message. To preach a message where the people realize they're not saved, they're not Christians, they're not born again. So that's another kind of message to preach. And another one, the third type, really is about teaching about God, just teaching about who God is. He's almighty. Teaching about that He's almighty, that He's eternal, that He's omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. All those omnis we learned about in Bible college, when we were going to Bible college. The wonders of our God, He knows every single thing. The detail to what we need a microscope to look at. God can see that without a microscope. That's how great God is. That's how deep His knowledge is in His understanding. He knows everything about His eternal universe. Amazing, the power and the knowledge of our God. Like I said, we need a microscope to see that. He doesn't need a microscope. He can see all that without a microscope. We need a telescope to see far out there. God doesn't need any telescopes. God needs no microscopes. He needs no telescopes. That's how powerful and great God is. So that's the third type of message I preach, to exalt the Lord and talk about Him. And then also there's a message I call apologetics, where I don't apologize for things. In fact, we did a Sunday school series on that, or a Wednesday night, and talked about that. But a defense of God, defense of His laws, a defense of His judgments. I don't need for God to be defended, because I know He's always right in everything He does. But I do know that other people out there need to hear that. They need to hear the atheist's questions answered. They need to have good answers for those kind of things. So apologetical type messages